Today we're going to get familiar with some of the alkyl groups, the substituents. So we'll start with butyl. We have the regular butyl, and we can add an N in front of butyl, or we don't have to. Now the substituents, variants, the alkyl groups of butyl includes iso, tert, and sec. Now the easy way to remember it is that the isobutyl, anything with iso usually has a Y-shaped thing. It usually looks like a fork. Anything with tert looks like a fork, but you actually have three tongs. Okay, so iso looks like a Y, tert looks like a fork, and sec, I think this looks like a Big Dipper. This is a Big Dipper. Okay, so for tert butyl, I drew this red thing here because you notice that if we just drew it like what we say, we draw a fork, but the problem with this fork is that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, so that's not actually butyl anymore. So the fork should just be straight. So make sure to double check how many carbons you're drawing. So that's for the first part. Now the second part is propyl. Here's our regular ordinary propyl. Now the variant for this is isopropyl, and once again we're seeing a fork. That is a Y-shaped fork. And you can tell that these two highlighted carbons, they are two methyls. So you'll need to memorize how the written formula matches up with the skeleton drawing. Likewise, for this top part, we need to be able to match these condensed formulas with their skeletal formulas. So let's do this. The first one, it looks like there are two methyls that are together. Then you have one bend and then one more bend. So what is that? So sometimes I draw it like that, but a better way to draw it would be like this. Okay, so this looks a little bit like a Y-shaped, so this would be iso, the isobutyl. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So this is iso. What about the next one? It sounds like there are 3 methyls in one cluster and then one CH. So this looks like our 3-tonged fork. So this should be tert butyl. As for the last one, looks like there's a methyl. And then there's another carbon, and then there's a, hang on, don't know why this is curved instead of bent. It's a carbon, and there's another carbon, and on top there's like, whoa, what was that magic? Something like this. So let's try to draw that a little bit better. Okay, so I drew this group, now I have to draw 2 more bends. Okay, so this looks like a Big Dipper, so this is going to be the secondary butyl. So that's how you would match condensed formulas with skeletal formulas. And some extra special guests we have here today is phenyl and benzyl. So phenyl is when you have got an R group and then you got a benzene surrounding it. Now, careful about this condensed formula. It's even though benzene is C6H6, phenyl is C6H5. Okay. And now benzyl, another word for this is methylbenzene and TOLUENE. Now, the only difference between phenyl and benzyl is that benzyl has one extra bend on its methyl, so it would look something like this. So this would be the first CH2, while phenyl would start here, benzyl would start here. So once again, special guest, benzyl, 3 names, methylbenzene, toluene, and its cousin is phenyl, which is 1 carbon less.